On this week's edition of Inside Bobcat Athletics, we'll talk to two of the longest tenured coaches and two of the newest. We'll kick it off with head soccer coach Kat Connor.
Now here we are outside of the soccer locker rooms at Texas State at the Bobcat Soccer Complex with the second longest tenured coach here at Texas State. That would be Kat Connor, getting ready to enter her 15th season here with the Bobcats, the only coach the program has ever known. And Coach, you started this thing back in 1999. Here we are now, 14 years later. What's changed for the program?
Oh, well, definitely conferences have changed, players have changed. Overall, our same mentality is still to produce a winning program and to get our kids to walk across the stage and graduate with a Bobcat, or Texas State diploma.
But really, I think the thing that's changed the most has been the facilities here, what you have to work with now compared to 1999.
Oh, most definitely. In 1999, we actually started in behind the softball and baseball stadium and behind the football stadium. So now that's the practice football field. And now we have a beautiful 80 by 120 soccer field up here on the West Campus complex underneath the water tower. And then we were sitting in a beautiful complex that they just built with us with a training room, a weight room, and a lecture hall, and a locker room for our players. So it's phenomenal. We love it.
Now, you mentioned it earlier, this is the third year in a row you'll be playing at a different conference. You go from the Southland to the WAC, a very competitive soccer conference this past year, in which you made the second round of the tournament, to the Sun Belt this coming season. What are you anticipating Sun Belt soccer to be like?
Oh, well, I know Sun Belt will be very athletic. They'll be looking to really move the ball a little bit quicker and kind of a little bit more transition of go and at, like a fast break in basketball. Whereas the soccer complex, or the soccer in WAC, was a little bit more possession oriented, trying to play more half court type basketball. So it'll be a little bit of a change for us to adapt back into that style.
Now, your season doesn't start until August, but we know that the preparations don't start in June or July. They've been underway for a while. What have you been doing? What are you doing this time of year to get ready for the upcoming season?
Well, we started in January as soon as school started back, and the players have actually picked up in their conditioning program. We have a great strength conditioning coach in Coach Lachlan. She actually devises a program to get them stronger and more explosive. We want them to be able to change direction, stop and start and change a direction in just a split second. So that's what she's working on with them. And of course, it includes powerlifting, and it also includes a lot of running, which I'm sure they're very excited about. And then of course, as a coach, we work more on technical individual skills. So we're looking for them to sharpen up their shooting, sharpen up their defending skills, and then goalkeepers are always looking to try to work on their angles and their positioning to stop that shot. So it's a lot of individual improvement is what we're looking for.
What do you get out of these off-season tournaments that the team's a part of?
Well, in a way, again, for us, it's always about players trying to improve and show us their improvement through the whole year, from their freshman year to their sophomore, junior year, so that we see where they're coming and where they're going. Obviously, for them, they're trying to show the coaches that you can count on us this coming fall, that we'll be those players that are ready to start for you. Because we go out recruiting every year, and it never stops. It's it's a never ending. So, of course, we're always looking, hate to say it, for better players than what we have. So those players that are in here now have to really improve and be better than they were when they came in as a freshman.
As is the case throughout your entire 14 years here at Texas State. You're always locking and reloading, losing some players in this past season. Looking ahead to this coming year, who are you looking to step up that maybe we haven't seen yet?
Well, we have a couple of incoming freshmen that are going to be on the back line, because we've lost Lissa Scott and we lost Emma Staley. And we have two young ladies from Austin, Texas, Allie Jones and Taylor Allen, who are both from the same club team as those two. So we're hoping those two come in, fit right into those positions, and we don't miss a beat. We're hoping that happens. And then Taylor Person was in our midfield, and so that's going to be a hotbed of a lot of people coming in to try to get that. You have two players here, Allie Myers and Landry Lowe, who are trying to show coach they can get it done. And of course, then you have two freshmen, Maddie Nichols and Maddie O'Neill, coming in, who want to show that they can get it done too. So it's going to be quite a competition on the field.
Well, 4 winning seasons in the past 5 years of the program. Looking forward to one of the first year in the Sun Belt. Coach, thanks for your time and best of luck in 2013.
Thank you.
The volleyball team is known for playing with heart and pride. It's what Coach Chisholm calls playing like a Bobcat. Here's an inside look at what the volleyball team is doing to prepare for next season.
We spend a lot of time in the gym even though we're not in season, but we're all working hard, lifting a lot of weights, running a lot, and playing a lot of volleyball, really breaking it down individually and then coming in the end and putting it all together as a team.
The spring is all about individual training, a lot of reps. Reps, reps, reps. I think our office is going to take care of itself. Kayla Mahoney, she's very, very good. Anne-Marie looks very good right now. She's as healthy as she's been probably in 3 years, knock on wood. Ashley's a little bit of shoulder issues and stuff, but we limit her. Alex has improved a lot. Little Sierra Smith has got to step up. Allie Gonzalez is doing, I think, an outstanding job on the back row. We added little Allie Hubasak from New Braunfels. She's stepping in there helping us out. So Molly's block is what's going to keep Molly in the game.
We're all trying to get our arm swing a lot faster and doing a lot of defense. So we're trying to get more defense based right now. And so we're doing a lot of defense, some blocking and stuff like that.
I just drill into their heads Bobcat pride. It's a privilege to come down here and practice with us at 7 o'clock in the morning, whether they know it or not. Everybody doesn't get to do that. We really instill pride, loyalty, fight.
I'm working on my consistency with my sets and just connecting with all the hitters, trying to get a better connection.
It's amazing to see how people come in like lifting not really that much, and then by the end of the spring they've raised their weight so much, increased everything.
We do a lot of snatches and split jerks and stuff like that, and that's like a lot of quick movement that gets our arms up fast, and so a lot of quick movements are going in the weight room as well.
It's just got to be instinct, you know, hustle, desire, fight, nothing hits the floor.
Yes! I'm really excited. I'm ready to get going and playing.
Innovation, exploration, creative discovery. These are the trademarks of Texas State University. As the state's newest emerging research university, we're transforming your world one mind at a time. Your world, our research. Texas State University, the rising star of Texas.
Let's get it. Here we go. What's up? Let's go, baby. All in on 3. 1, 2, 3. All in.
I thought the defense did some good things today, and they're ahead of the offense right now, which is generally good in the spring.
I feel like we have a good team. You know, we have a lot of learning and improving to do. You know what I'm saying? We're not there yet, but if you notice from scrimmage 1 to scrimmage 2, we're getting a lot better. Where everybody's flowing to the ball, we getting a lot better. So this is a big year for us. It's gonna be a big year for us.
There was times where we looked really good, and there was some times where we, didn't look so good. But I think we're moving in the right direction.
Our biggest room for improvement is defensively. If we can knock some yardage and points off pretty easily on that side of the ball, and I think we have a chance to do that with the way we play defensively.
Defensively, we came out there fiery, ready to go, playing hard, playing physical, just running to the ball, rallying. So I think it went real good for us.
It shows that we making progress. We did a little better than the first one. The offensive line blocked good. We're getting our blocks better and holding on. I think we're going to be pretty good during the season.
first had a step on him, so I just put out in front of him, let him run underneath it.
Hit a 50-yarder into the wind, missed a 63-yarder with the wind, and the 50-yarder into the wind might have been a 60-yarder because he hit it so well.
They're moving really well. They're disguising things really well, and it makes our job a little harder, but they're definitely making a lot of progress.
The defensive coordinator made some great calls today. Our linebackers, I think we flowed to the ball. We played pretty well, and our D linemen, they've been playing pretty well all spring. So I credit them. The D linemen has been opening up gaps for us linebackers to make plays. Yeah!
A lot of guys on defense, I thought, got off blocks and made some plays. Offensively, Chris Nuttall made some nice runs as the thing wore on. Ben Ija made a nice catch or two. Brandon Smith made a nice catch.
I think we was on the 4-yard line, and when plays like that, you got to get in the end zone, so I just lowered my head and gave it all I got to get in the end zone for the team.
Let's come with the right attitude next week to improve and get better and take care of business. Remember why we celebrate this weekend. Yes, sir. Okay? All right, let's get a break. Good
job, man. Right here forward prayer.
Yes, yes.
Heavenly and gracious Father, Lord, thank you, Lord, for this blessed and beautiful day, Lord. Jesus, Lord, we thank you, Lord, for being the reason for this season, Lord, today. We're allowed to celebrate today, Lord.
All in on 3. 1, 2, 3. All in.
The offensive line is made up of a bunch of different components and personalities. Coach Shaw is challenged with making them work as a team.
Thanks, Janine. Here we are with the newest member of the coaching staff here for the football program, Gordy Shaw. Comes to Texas State after 3 seasons at Hawaii. Before that, also spent 14 years at the University of Minnesota. So, Coach, what brings you here to Texas State?
Coach Fran brings me here. I've known Coach Fran for many, many years, and I've had a lot of good friends that have worked on his staff at one place or another, and when he gave me a call and asked me if I'd be interested in coaching the offensive line here, I jumped at the chance because I think it's a great opportunity. After 1 year at the Division I level, I still call it Division I, FBS, I guess is what it is, but I think this is we're sitting on a gold mine here. It's a college town, a large university. We've just got to win some football games to get people excited about the brand of football we're going to play here.
Yeah, some great facilities. Here we are right now in the end zone complex at the south end, and the north end was just put up this past season. What are your impressions of the Bobcat Stadium?
Oh, it's amazing. We came here last year when I was at Idaho, and I was floored, literally. The last time I'd been down here was 1998 because I worked with Jim Wacker, for Jim Wacker, for 5 years at Minnesota. And Bob DeBest was the head coach here, and they were in the office somewhere way over there, and the stadium was, I don't know, sat 15,000, 16,000, something like that. And I hadn't been back here since. So I was in awe of the facilities. They've built it now. The old saying, they've got to come, and I think with this facility here and the stadium and the coaching staff that Coach Fran's put together, give them a few years to recruit good players, and people will be very happy with the investment.
Well, the school's job was to build the facilities. Your job is to build this offensive line. What are your impressions so far, what you've seen in the spring?
Well, I think they're a group of hardworking young men, and I think they've realized after this first year in 2012 that everything is bigger and faster, and it happens. They've got to commit a little more detail to what they're doing, and I think they've committed to that. And so as we wind down spring here, the top 10 guys or so are starting to show their heads, and we're not quite ready to crown anybody with a starting position yet, but it's starting to clear itself up.
I know in particular the two tackle positions from this past year was two seniors, Adley Shagapur and Thaddeus Watkins. They're gone. Who do you look to see filling those holes this coming season?
Well, individuals that are doing very well in practice are Devin Baker and Adrian Ballard and Ryan Melton, and then Hayden Lambert and Stefan Jacobs and on that quick side, and Andrew Sims on the strong side. So there are 6 guys there. 3 of them have really started to separate themselves, and the other ones they're going to have a good summer to get caught up.
How much work does it take for the starting unit to gel together as one, talking tackle, guards, and center, and the depth for that matter as well?
Well, you know, communication is our foundation. We've got to be able to come up to the line and be able to communicate with one another and get things blocked appropriately. But I think that they can do things throughout the summer and interchange one another so that we're all on the same page. You know, our goal is to play as a nickel instead of 5 pennies, and so that's what we're trying to achieve.
All right, Gordy Shaw, offensive line coach here at Texas State, former Vandal, former Warrior, former Gopher, but now he's a Bobcat. Glad to have you on board.
Thank you very much.
With the constantly evolving game of baseball, being a hitting coach is a challenge. Brant sits down with hitting coach Mike Silva.
Here you are, the baseball coach's locker room at Texas State, and we're joined with Mike Silva, first-year hitting coach here for the Bobcats. And Coach, let's get to know you a little bit. This is your first season. You played collegiate baseball as well. What's your first season been like here so far at Texas State?
I mean, it's been good. It's been a struggle. We started off, as everybody knows, probably not as well as we wanted to, and offensively, but we were struggling early. But when we got into conference, we kind of got things going. And, you know, we had a tough loss last night from the offensive side against Rice. We had some opportunities to extend our lead and score some runs, and we didn't. But it's been good so far, and it's definitely a work in progress.
Yeah, over the past 10 games, the team is 7-3 and 5-1 in conference right now on top of the WAC standings. And over the past 10 games in the stretch, the offense has been averaging 6 runs a game. So the bats have kind of turned around as of late. What's been the key to that?
We've got deeper into counts. We've had an opportunity to get in the bullpen early in series, and whenever you can get in the bullpen early on a Friday night, you just increase your chances. There's a reason those middle relief guys are middle relief and they're not starting. And you know, our guys have battled, and we've got some clutch 2-out hits and with guys in scoring position. If you go back and look early in the year, we had guys in scoring position. We could never get a big hit, and we started to get them probably right around conference time.
I know one player in particular that had a really good series this past weekend against Seattle here at Texas State was Kobe Targan. Hit a couple of home runs for you. You know, he's a guy you look at and wouldn't think of it, but he's got some pop in the bat.
Yeah, he's a strong kid, and he doesn't get cheated at the plate. So, you know, he constantly goes up there and competes. Sometimes he's a little bit too over-aggressive. I think one of the most positive things for him, when we saw him hit that home run on Thursday night this weekend, he came back and hit the pitcher with a line drive right up the middle. So whenever he's doing that, he's really tough to get out.
We know that the team's strength isn't necessarily power, only 4 home runs to the first 28 games of the season, but you've scored 150 times. So if you can, just talk to us about how this team's able to manufacture runs.
Any way that we can. You know, we bunt a lot more than probably the fans have been used to here at Texas State, and you know, we probably run into some more outs than we're used to, trying to get an RBI situation and get guys in scoring position. You know, last night we're trying to stretch our routine single into a double, so it's a little bit different. It does put pressure on the defense, but hitting and running, bunting, and then definitely stealing bags is something that we've done a pretty good job of so far this year.
And I've seen some improvement with play discipline as well, going back to the 3-game sweep over Seattle. 4 strikeouts for the bats in the 3 games compared to 15 walks. Seems like the guys are getting more patient at the plate.
Yeah, and they're getting more confident in their approach. I think the longer you get into the season, the more confident these guys get. But you know, they did a good job last night too. We go 0-2 to 3-2 several different times. We extend the pitch count. We get in the bullpen. We had opportunities to win the game. But anytime that you see those guys with more walks than they have strikeouts, it means that we're probably having a lot of success offensively.
Now, we mentioned that you played college baseball, and by the way, you look like you still could hit a little bit. But so the bats though that you swung with, a lot different than what the players are using now. What's the difference in the way the bats have changed in the college game?
Fundamentals. I think that the new bats have really exploited the lack of fundamentals probably as kids are growing up because the bats are so loaded. And what we mean by that obviously is just with the negative number that's behind, so -3, -4, -10, and as you go into Little League, those kids can kind of flick their wrists or get beat out in their front foot and get a hit, and it was like that all the way through college until the last couple of years when they changed the bats. So, you know, you see the runs scored per game, you know, they're down. You just look at Omaha and look at the scores from the year before they changed the bats to when they did change the bats, and you know, it's a significant difference. But I think ultimately it helps our kids get more prepared for the next level. And so I think you'll see some of the hitters that we send out of here into professional baseball maybe move up the ranks, have a run to get to the major leagues a little bit quicker.
All right, the Bobcat bats have been swinging pretty well as of late, averaging 6 runs a game over the past 10. This guy's to thank. Mike Silva, the hitting coach here at Texas State. Coach, good luck to the second half of the season.
I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.